Hello and welcome everybody. We have the global patch notes for July 25th, 2025. There is a small little extra thing. We had maintenance on NAU, emergency maintenance. Apparently they fixed the issue where the emergency escape could activate abnormally when struck by another adventurer, and Red Battlefield will be unavailable until July 31st maintenance. So that is a note for NAU. If you have any other bugs, be sure to go to the community forums and then go under the bug reports category, check if anybody else has reported it, and report it. It helps PA and it helps us get the bugs away faster than usual. Okay, with that, we immediately get going into the global ads. We have the blue battlefield information. However, they have already said that it will not be releasing on the 30th or 31st. So there is already a delay on this. This is mostly due to all the changes happening right now, and with the amount of bugs that pretty much happen, they pretty much say, yeah, we're gonna delay the launch. But we do have the details. So the blue battlefield is a PvP content between guild ships. The tax, minimum 2 bill up to 4 bill, will effectively be the guild funds you can win. The loot box will have up to 5,000 grow coins, Origin Stone of Aquila, Deep Sea Stone Box, and 5 kg in gold bars up at most. And the family buff will be 75% Life Skill Mastery, plus 40% Life XP, and plus 30% Sailor XP. So we have the progress day. So we have Sunday to Friday, except for Saturdays, from, well, Nodewar times, 1 hour. This is currently, it says 21 to 22 based on Korean server. For us, it would be 8 to 9. The interesting part is it will only be on Odalita 1. And the application time will be on the day of the Blue Battlefield event. Applications can be made up to 1 hour before the start time. How to apply: an adventurer who is a guild leader or has the authority can apply for the base battle. In the blue battlefield button in the Baleno Sea area, result of application for participation. On the day of the base battle, confirm the participating guild 15 minutes before the start time. Guilds confirmed to participate can be checked in the Stronghold War menu, and guild members participating in the Stronghold battle use the Participate Not Participate button in the guild member status tab, and these can then participate in the blue battlefield. The blue battlefield map, the area which will fight, is the Baleno Sea area. Depending on the number of guilds participating in the blue battlefield, a blue battlefield fortress will be created on one of the islands below. So here we can see the different islands and sections. This is pretty much Lima and Okila. Then we can see the types and end times of the blue battlefield citadels. So they will be randomly set between a minimum of 20 and a maximum of 60 minutes. Question marks. Strongholds will have an unknown end time. There are 5th, 4th, and 3rd level fortresses. These are on the different islands listed here. We'll have to see on the actual release due to the translations. Then for the blue battleships, we have more information as well. So they are sticking with the guild galley and improved guild galley to strategically distribute crew across the deck, so pretty much fighting with the multiple players. These interdeck and captain command skills can still be used, and the galleys will take less damage from attacks from other ships, but can inflict massive damage to blue battlefield citadels. And since each gun must be aimed and fired directly by one person, it also means they also recommend to target the stationary castle rather than different boats. The Etheria Galleon is a personal ship that can be used for a set amount of time. I am a bit sad that they have not made these available to the other, well, effectively the winners of this, and still only for the Siege winners and the Nodewar winners. So this one will have stronger armor than the Ethereum Midshipman, which is the smaller ones, and I think the Carax. It has damage comparable to that of the Etheria Carax, and although it has strong armor, it can be vulnerable to concentrated fire from multiple Carax. and it is recommended to use your defensive abilities to withstand enemy attacks and target the relatively vulnerable opposing guild galleys. Then for the actual Karax, again, we have a similar thing. The cannons can also damage the blue citadel, but do less damage. So it is better to escort the guild galley and fire at other ships. In order to win the blue battlefield, it is relatively advantageous to occupy the blue battlefield fortress as your own for a long time. In order to destroy the enemy galley that causes great damage to the fortress, fight more fiercely with the enemy guild ships that are escorting it. And then finally, we have information on the Panok, which is designed as a high durability and spacious cabin boat. It can also do damage to the citadel, but it is again designed to escort the guild galley, and it is still better to destroy opposing guild galleys and boats. And it can perform the role through its new technique, rotation maneuver, which will allow you to take risks by rotating one spot and firing the port and starboard cannons alternatively. And then finally, they do mention the other boats, so they can participate using large ships such as destroyers, trading ships, and the galleass caravel, improved Etheria frigates, and Etheria sailboats, but I do not expect these to have much merit in the actual war. So we have a bit more information on the system as well. So Aquila's guidance will now be applied to the servers where the blue battlefield is in progress. So this was a buff or debuff in this sense that will lower the final movement related abilities. So speed, acceleration, rotation will turn and brake. It will be reduced by 30% instead of half. However, the final ability of the Feria Heavy Sailboat Emergency, which specializes in movement abilities, will be reduced by 15%. During the server and time when the blue battlefield is in progress, even if the ship is destroyed or remotely recovered, the crew's hunger will not decrease or it will not become sick. However, the destruction of trade goods and trade items will still be applied in the same way as before. Ship repair functions, including the first mate repair and Mount Resurrection items, cannot be used on the server during the time, and in the blue battlefield you cannot construct auxiliary buildings near the castle or within the battlefield, and you cannot install siege weapons either. 10 minutes before the start of the battle, the Come Together will be displayed in the upper right corner of the screen on the blue battlefield host server. When you click this function, you will be moved to a randomly designated coordinate among the areas below for each participating guild. This is Vielia Village, Ilia Island, or Lima Island. There is a note, the Gather Together, when the character moves using this function. If there is a ship out, that ship will be remotely retrieved to the dock in the area where the character is located. When retrieving remotely, sailors will again not be sickened, but trade goods will still be destroyed. If you do not have a ship out, you can then transfer the ship you have entrusted to the ferryman using the boarding transfer function. Additionally, this was now also counts for the guild ship now. This ship will be remotely retrieved, so if you wish to use a guild ship, it is recommended that you leave it at the guild dock. The blue battlefield progress itself, we have the temporary occupation of the fortress. When the blue battlefield begins, you can check the numbers of activated castles and remaining times for the world map. In this state, the castle can be attacked by another guild and durability can be depleted. In this case, the guild that depleted all of its durability will temporarily occupy it. The blue battlefield citadel cannot inflict significant damage even when it is hit by a character, so it needs to be done by a boat. It will only take damage from cannon ships. The final capture, Citadel end time arrives. When the activated Citadel end time arrives, the guild alliance that was temporarily occupying at the time will finally occupy the Citadel. In the blue battlefield, only one castle can be captured per day, and after the final capture, the guild/alliance participation will end. Even if the one guild is occupying multiple castles, only the castle that is defended first until the final occupation time will be, and all other remaining castles will be changed to neutral. There is some convenience improvements as well. So there will be blue battlefield exclusive items. If the ship is destroyed during the blue battle, the character does not have to move by swimming or other means. There will be a marine rescue map, and you can move to the location below by using it. This item will be purchasable from NPC shops in Velia, Ilia, and Lima Island. The item can only be used by adventurers participating in the fight and only on the server and time that the battle is taking place. You can show other adventurer names, so in the blue battlefield, the name displayed of other adventurers will be changed to be visible from a greater distance. Accordingly, you can check the information of other adventurers on board of the ship at a closer distance. In the blue battlefield, you can use the guild color designation function to more easily recognize information from other guilds. So you can use this function through the icon located in the guild information as well. So here we can see the specification for each participating guild. The rewards, the guild funds, depending on the stage of the fortress you have conquered, you will receive the following taxes. So here we can see 5th level will be minimum 3 bill up to 4. Tier 4 will be 2.5 to 3.5, and Tier 3 will be 2 to 3. Then you have the victory and participation buffs. So guilds that win or engage in battles will receive the following guild buffs that last for 48 hours. So the conditions for obtaining the buff. So when participating in the blue battlefield and occupying a castle, the guild buff will be given to all guild members. And for the participation buff, you need to be fail to capture a castle, and you will be need to. The guild will be paid to the guild members participating in the fight, and if the guild achieves the conditions below, did they remove it? I saw that you need to get sink 10 ships. Okay, I can't find the amount, but from what I saw earlier, it was 10 ships. There is a note that the family buff effect of the blue battlefield and Nodewar battles will not be applied together and are updated with the most recent required buff effect. So this will technically push out Nodewar guilds if they don't want to override their buffs. The personal rewards, the following personal rewards will be awarded to guild members who win with occupying a fortress, or the guild members who fiercely participated in the blue battlefield, so the participation rewards. So here we can see the victory rewards for tier 5 are 5 loot chests, 1 deep sea stone, 5 1000 kg bars. In the tier 4, it's 4 kg bars, 4 boxes. Tier 3, 3 boxes, and 1 kg bars. And participation rewards are 1 loot box and 3 1 kg bars. If you win while occupying a question mark stronghold, you will also receive 2 additional blue battlefield loot boxes. And when you open a blue battlefield loot box, we have the items with the specified probability as usual. So 5,000 crow coins, a Okila origin stone, which is mentioned below, 3,000, 1,000 crow coins, a gold box, base to duo monos accessories, 500 crow coins, 3 deep sea fragrances. I think that's the deep sea perfumes. Yeah, 3 perfumes of courage, 5 black crystal of condensed magic power. And here we can see the origin stone of Okila. So this is the sword stone that contains the mysterious power of the ocean goddess Okila. It can return the sea stone, which has already been filled with the energy of the ocean and has its power expressed to its original state, original stone. So effectively, if you have opened a RNG stone, you can then revert it to a base and pretty much re-roll it. The Deep Sea Stone box has either Origins of Megoria, Origin of Berzerker in it, or the actual stone. And here we can have see the contribution award. So among the adventurers of the guild that won the blue battlefield, the adventurer with the highest contribution will also get additional rewards, which is another 1,000 crow coins. Opportunity to participate in the blue battlefield. In order to participate, you must have a stronghold battle participation opportunity that resets every Monday at midnight. In the case of the blue battlefield, the opportunity to participate in the base battle that was used when applying to participate will be returned if the conditions below are met. So if the total number of ships destroyed by the guild of the adventurer who participated in the blue battlefield is 10 or more, or if the castle has been temporarily or occupied at least once, I think here we can have see the participation reward. So if you get sunk 10 times or more, that's where I read it. The following changes will be made to with the Blue Battlefield update. The time required to transfer the mount from stable to pier using mount transfer will be reduced from 10 minutes to 3 minutes. It seems to be a general change. When transferring a mount currently in the stable pier to another stable pier, and when transferring a mount from another stable to the current, so in both cases. The safe zones around Vilia Village, Ilia Island, and Lima will also be expanded. The guild dog, a guild dog manager will be added to Ilia, and in addition, the guild wharf manager Hemsworth, who was located on Rima, a guild wharf manager has been added to near the. I think that is Foley, near the Foley, so that you can deposit and retrieve your guild chip. They've also added the ability to transfer guild chips via the guild doc manager, so you can transfer the guild chip you have entrusted to a different guild doc from the list of guild docs you are currently in, and you can transfer a guild chip from another one to your current one by using the boarding transfer function at the bottom. When using the guild chip transfer function, it takes 3 minutes as well. There is a new skill for the Panaxion. Instant Death Rotation Maneuver has been added. This is Shift A or D, and this will consume 5,000 food, and it will enhance the rotation maneuvering skills, allowing the ship to change direction at bases while in place. And when taking a ship out through the Guild Dock Manager, the location will be adjusted to avoid overlapping with personal ships. Then we have a mention of addition and improvements. This is a big blurb concerning them being aware that PvP is in a state of confusion with these recent changes, but they are aware of it and are looking into it. Then we have the first change that is coming from this. So adventurers who enjoyed playing Berzerker will feel very frustrated with the mouse movement removal. And before doing PvP adjustments, they will first balance on the mouse movement changes. So here we have more details. So first off, on the flow, or I think it's a prime lava piercer, it's been changed so that the movement distance no longer increases when used in beast form, and when using the skill and chaining it with an evasive movement skill, the cooldown of the skill will be changed to be reset. So here we can see an example of this. So you can pretty much just chain it. Then we have the rock pushing. The defense judgment has been changed from a forward guard to a super armor. Then we have the beast form or low beast. The skill name has been changed to Gang Berserk, okay. The technology icon has also been changed accordingly. When using the skill, the Wild Beast state of Unstoppable Beast skill is granted. The strengthening effect that could be obtained in the existing Beast state has been changed to be applied even when the Strong Berserk skill is activated alone. The Berserk state have also been separated so that the Beast state can be maintained regardless of whether the Flow Berserk state is released. In the case of Awakening, we see the skill has been changed for drilling through lava, so that it activates while maintaining the Iron Gauntlet state, and when using the Iron Gauntlet. Accordingly, when using Lava Piercer technique in the Iron Gauntlet, the technique that are linked afterwards will be linked with the Awakening Weapon technique first. We also have Giant's Leap. They've changed the additional jump to continue in the air, and after landing, you can activate it again as before with WF or SF. So here we can see an example of it being used in the air. So it kind of does a jump forward, well, up and then forward. And here we can see an example of it being used after landing on the ground. And we get 2 more application examples of this, which is quite a distance traveled. And we see another example of the direction change. Then we have Shai being adjusted. So this is pretty much them saying, yeah, Shai is a life skill character. It hasn't been able to be balanced due to its massive need in group focus content. Commonly, the Guru skill, I think that's the general evasion rule, the movement distance of the skill will be increased by 25%. An invincibility effect will also be added that applies to monsters, so PvE iframe. On the Sharong, they've changed the skill so that it deals damage to enemies and restores health to allies, so this is a HP recovery. The HP recovery effect increases up to 300%, 300 depending on the skill level, not 300%. The projectile speed has also been increased, and its maximum flight range has also been increased, so more healing for Shai. Ye Ho has had a super armor effect added when using the skill. The skill acquisition level has also been changed from 55 to 30, and it's changed so that the falling motion does not occur while jumping while using the skill. However, if you fall from a certain height, your character may take damage or even die. And if you try to land on the ground but the character is positioned in the air, a falling motion will occur. So here we can see an example of this. This is the skateboard, as it's so lovingly called. Then we have the Don't Be Sick. A super armor effect has been added to the skill. Come here and hide. The cooldown has been changed from 4 to 2 minutes. Ping Pong, they've added a knockback effect when the skill hits successfully. On the now, when a hit is successful, the movement speed reduction effect is removed, and an effect of minus 20 DP is added for 10 seconds, and they've changed it so that the skill inflicts damage to the hit target. Taste It, it's added a forward guard effect when using a skill. Then we have the big chain attack, which is the 1, 2, 3, pretty much the multi-hits. It has been increased so the amount of time the character can rotate relative to the camera when using the skill, so you can change direction between the attacks. Echoes of the Earth has a stun effect added on successful hit. This was now changed to a knockdown instead of a stun. Wrath of the Sun, the movement speed reduction effect has been removed, and the attack speed and casting speed reduction effects have been changed to increase up to 25% depending on the soul strengthening level. So movement speed gone, but attack and casting speed reduction instead. Then we have a lot of damage changes, so the throwaway skill is going up from 2904 times 2 to 7550. Critical hit chance applies in both cases to 100%. PvP damage reduction of 40. Go away is going up a little bit to 2659 times 2. Again, 100% crit hit rate. In this case, it applies to monsters only still. PvP damage is at 44% though, instead of 90% reduction. Over there, 321 is going 321% is going up to 3,852. PvP damage applied rate is 100% though. Fall down Yap as well, going up to 3,405. Again, PvP damage reduction rate of 70. Then we have Ping Pong, 6,433 times 2 with the crit hit chance to monsters only and 25 to player. This is going to be unified to 7,720 to 50% critical hit chance, but 45.4% application rate. Wrath of the Sun is going up from 4,592 times 2 with no crit hit and 70% reduction to 12,628 times 2 with 100% critical hit rate. PvP damage application rate of 37%. Echoes of the Earth is going from 4,214 to 10,114 times 2. Again, 100% critical hit chance. And a PvP applied rate of 40%. The issue also with the movement speed reduction effect of the secret swamp technique was not applied according to the soul strengthening stage has also been fixed. Then they mentioned the AoS Hall of Fame. The image of the adventurers who achieved first place in each class during the regular season has been established. Again, you can consume 20 energy to get the Blessing of the Great Knight, which has the plus 10 breath XP gain for 10 hours. Then we have item changes, so the effect of the plus 10 durability reduction resistance has been added to the effect of the Shai class Berzerker costume. Apparently this was missing it. Among the effects of this costume, the description of the effect of wearing the costume slot plus 1 part has been added to the description, or the effect of wearing the costume, except for the Ent and Desert. Oh, so Tree Ent and Desert Camouflage Bitsari has been revised. Then we have Monster. The balance of Syhazhar in the Pit of Undying has been adjusted, so they've added a message when starting and ending special attacks. The duration of the special attack actions has also been increased, and the number of times CCs are applied to be removed to remove the strengthening has been reduced. So I was already having issues with this yesterday, so that will be fixed next week. Then we have Alvia Hexe. There was an issue with the health of the monsters not being properly applied. So accordingly, the HP of monsters appearing in the zone will be increased by 100% compared to before. Quest and Knowledge, the Tale of the Nine-Tail, fake name quest, has been improved to provide guidance on the quest progress location before accepting it. Background NPCs and effects and cutscenes, so the Ataraxia and Valmakea main theme. Background music has also been renewed, so we have new music there. Nodewards and Stronghold, the issue with the damage of the Flame Tower, Divine Weapon, and Base Occupation Wards was affected by the character's damage reduction has been fixed. Then we have a small UI change, so notifications that appear in the center of the screen have been improved in the following way. So when there are a lot of notification messages that need to be displayed, the messages have been changed to appear and disappear quickly according to priority, and high importance messages have been changed to output normally without simplifying the presentation. So here we can see a before change and after change. It's also changed so that the notification messages for items that are rising or falling in price on the exchange are not displayed. Changes have also been made so that accumulated notification messages are no longer displayed when a full screen UI, such as the world map, is turned on, even after the UI is closed. The system message in the chat window will display the record. Reinforcement success and failure message for developer equipment have also been modified to no longer be displayed at all. When the number of items found through the find item function was too large, the number will now be shown in an abbreviated form, so as 100,000 or 1 million. So if it goes above that, it will show it as such. And then we have fixes and changes. So we have a few pad mode fixes for issues of the ability UI, awkward background in the key guide, difficulty of moving the buttons to the bottom of the request window, improved key guides again, and then we have some general issues where people could not complete the summer season, a new experience from Fugar. They also fixed an issue with character switch buttons not being able to be clicked, some typos in the Destroy the Cadre Summoning Stone, some guidance for the Black Spirit Guide's recommended quest, Nature's Belt, and Convenient Reinforcement. Adventure Journal, some awkward phrases in Deve's Dictionary have also been fixed. Typo in the dialogue of the shabby box that appears in the quest, Someone's Secret, has been corrected. The awkward camera angle of the Belena's NPC General Goods Merchant Eileen when accepting a simplification quest has also been fixed. They also fixed an issue where characters could not escape or be hit in certain locations in the AoS Gaifen-Razia Tempo battlefield. When you hover over the question mark for the defense in the bag, the values for hit power, damage reduction, and evasion have been removed. The issue where the defense of the boss in the Black Shrine party challenge difficulty was not increasing properly has been fixed. There's also an issue where the number of stored vehicles was displayed correctly when transporting vehicles. This will be fixed. Sage has a knee bend posture awkwardly exposing when the water spray snorkel costume has been fixed. Hashashin, there's an adjustment to Hashashin's face area in the customization screen. And finally, the issue with some dialogue lines were not displayed when completing Doria's advice quest has been fixed. Overall, recap-wise, okay, nice change, less spam on the top of the screen, or actually readable. Nodewar, background music, everything's fine. Monster Zone, Elvia was being touted as cracked. I mean, this will probably not make too much of a difference with the mobs just gaining 100% HP or doubling their HP, but this could push it back down. Overall, we see the balancing of the Pit of Undying happening pretty quickly. AoS Hall of Fame, yeah, okay, great for the first place. They can show off their characters again, that is awesome. The Shai rework, I'm not sure this is going to save the class. I mean, it's not a dead class per se, but it definitely is struggling right now. The damage increases could make it definitely still viable. The heal increases effectively on hitting something with a regular attack is also quite nice. This could definitely be that tipping point that keeps her very much viable. Zerker changes, okay, that is some crazy movements that we're seeing again, but I mean, we're used to Zerkers having crazy movement. At the same time, it is definitely not as bad as the mouse movement prior. And finally, the blue battlefield. The rewards could definitely be a little bit higher. I also find it a little bit mean that the Nodewar buffs do not stack. At the same time, it is definitely nice to see that the Nodewar buffs for victory and even participation are still quite good. I mean, 30% life XP or 40 or 75 mastery or 50 mastery, that is nothing to scoff at. The Sailor experience gain, that is definitely something very unique and nice to see. It might even make it worthwhile to definitely always level up to 10 and see to push it. Overall, guild funds could definitely be a little bit higher as well, but then again, the costs of investment are pretty low. Otherwise, I'm a bit worried the fact that most of the ships can still damage the fortress, but we're gonna have to see if the damage is low enough. Otherwise, I'm looking forward to Blue Battlefield. I am a little bit sad they pushed it back, but it's also good that they pushed it back considering what happened on, well, regular patch notes yesterday. And I do think taking a week or two longer is not going to hurt this.